Okay, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Today, we, as the second group, would like to present about. Wait a minute. Would like to present about the uh, context, situation, and society. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Gede Widarukmana.
My name is Sambutu Ari Pandita.
My name is Ipudope Basa Henryasa.
Okay. So there are four table of content. The first one is about introduction. The second one is context. The third is situation, and the last is society. First, introduction will present by Ari Pandita.
Okay, for the first is introduction. Language is the tools of communication in the world, and if the people needs to communicate with others, people use language as basic in your communication because language is a tool of it is a tools to connect people with others in the society. Community can be understood if the people know the form of language that they are being taught. Communication not only about the written and spoken language. Discourse also plays the important role in communication. Discourse analysis is a study about studying and analyzing the use of language. And discourse is related to the context, situation, and also society. Because when the people talk each other, the people should use spoken or written text. In this paper, it will discuss about context, situation, and society. Okay, next. The next is context, will present by Weda.
Okay, so thank you for the time. So I would like to discuss about context. So the first one is according to Theon Van Dijk 2009, context is something that causes differences in language. So uh, when we speak or write, we will automatically compose the words according to the situation or context. However, how we speak or write sometimes creates the context itself. It is based on James Polgy, uh, 19 and 1999. Sorry. So traditionally, in the study of language and discourse, context is conceived of in terms of independent social variables such as gender, class, ethnicity, age, or identity, or as social condition of text and thought. So according to the event 2009, context is something that causes differences in language. In this case, context can determine the meaning of the utterances given through a conversation. If the context is in the school, the speaker who has a conversation with another speaker will also talk based on the context that is school. If the first speaker talks about the uniform, the other speaker who talking with the first speaker will automatically connected or think about a school uniform. According to 2009, Delheim is the anthropologist who's contribute on the early study about context. Himes introduced the term of speaking to reflect the factors that are used for making in-depth analysis of context. So here is the term speaking by Himes. First one is S. It is a setting, scene, or place. Next is P, participants. Next is E, or ends, or we can say as goals of the analysis. The next is A, it is X sequence, what happened first, second, and etc. And then next one is K, or situation. The next is I, instrumentalities or linguistic and non-linguistic tools that used to make the speech act possible. Then the next is N. It is norms or agreements used by the speaker to set a communicative goals. And the last one is G. It is a genre, kind of speech act. For example, like the final research paper, a small talk before class. Okay, so next is macro context. So the definition of context in a more instructional term is continuously developed and updated by the speakers as a dynamic local understanding of the communicative situation. Such understanding that requires the application of abstract, socially shared knowledge of a group, as we saw in the previous chapter on the role of social cognition. However, contextualized interaction has producing and reproducing the communities of which participants are the members of the communities itself. Macro context may be more far-reaching and include general culture information rather than micro context. As cited in Ahmad Fan 2011, micro context shows the features of the immediate situation and interaction in which communicative event happens. Whereas macro context refers to historical, cultural, political, and social structure during a communicative event occurs. Fundage 2006 defines micro context based on the concept of cognition and consider it as a form of mental model of communicative situation and calls it as a context model. Context models are mental representation that control many of the features of text production and comprehension, such as genre, topic, choice, and etc. The next one is about the role of context. So there are three roles of context according to SOM 2010. The first one is eliminating ambiguity. So it means that by giving context to the words or utterances can help to indicate what the utterances or words exactly means. The second one is indicating reference. Context is great of importance in understanding the reference of words. For example, the following dialogue is written by the well-known linguist. Do you think he will? I suppose he ought to, but perhaps he feels he can't. So, without context, we can hardly guess what the speaker are talking about. Since there are many auxiliary verbs and modals of verbs such as will, ought to, and cannot, we we hardly guess what they are talking about. In fact, this auxiliary and modal verbs replace the verb phrase. it is passing the final exam. So from the typical example, we can see that the importance of role of context. And the last is detecting conversational implicature. The term conversational implicature is used to describe what a speaker says, suggests, and means. For example, the wife said, "Student, you help me to do some homework?" And the husband answered, "I have worked for many hours." So from the dialogue, um, uh, it is different from what the speaker is literally saying, and it is inferred on the basis of the meaning of the conversation being carried out along with the context. So um, basically, the husband's answer has nothing to do with the wife questions, but we must assume that the husband's answer has another meaning. The husband means that he is too tired to help his wife to do the housework because he already worked almost a whole day. Okay, that's all from me. Next is situation will present by Ari Pandita.
Okay, thank you for the time. Now, I would like to explain about a situation. According to G 2009, discourse analysis relate to someone that communicates each other in the condition that has a context. It means that discourse analysis can be found in communication that has context, and the condition that is mentioned is related to the situation. According to G 1999, situation is the condition when communication social interaction is involved during communications. It means that when the people communicate each other, there is communicative social interaction happens. According to G 2014, then there are some aspect in situation. The first is semiotics aspect. The second is activity aspect. The third is material aspect. The fourth is political aspect. And the last is social cultural aspect. First is semiotic aspect. Semiotic aspect relate to science system. It means that science system has a language called semiotic. The science system can deliver message through semiotic language. And the example of science system that can be seen in daily life uh, is a crossroad. The people are familiar with a science system, and also the people know the meaning of the crossroad. And the meaning of crossroad is people use it to cross the road. The second is activity aspect. Activity aspect is related to the activity that is done by people to interact each other. It means the way to give the information to each other relate to the activity that is done by the people. For example, when the people conduct cockfighting, the language that used during the cockfighting is about the language of cockfighting. For example, the word kecok in cockfighting means the amount of the bet is 3 against 4. It means that and the second example is Bobotoh will be bet 30,000 versus 44,000 in this cook factor. The next is material aspect. Material aspect is related to the place, time, bodies, and the object. It means that when the people talk with their teacher in school, they have used a polite language. The fourth is political aspect. Political aspect relate to the social status such as a power, a status, gender, sexual orientation, and etc. When the people communicate each other, they know the language that is used to communicate. To communicate, for example, if the people talk with the older person, they should use polite language. The last is socio-cultural aspect. This aspect are related to the personal, social, and culture knowledge, feeling, values, identities, and relationships relevant in the interaction, including of course, social knowledge about science system, activity, the material world, and politics. It means when the people communicate each other, they must know the identity of their intercultural, interlocutor. For example, the people talk, if you talk with the people has the identity of their, if if you talk with the people has a kasta in Bali, you should understand the language that you use to communicate with your interlocutor. And so that in conclusion, there are some aspects that relate to the situation. This aspect affect how people communicate each other during communicative social interaction, and those all aspects are semiotic aspects, uh, activity aspect, material aspect, political aspect, and the last is socio-cultural aspect. Okay, I think that's all from me. The next is will be presented by Bayu Hendra.
Okay, so here I will explain about society. So society comes from the Latin societas, generally refers to people belonging to a certain group. In anthropology, this term is used not only for groups of people, but is also used in complex patterns of the norms of interaction that arise among them. Okay, so for the first one, group, network, communities, and other human collectives. Groups, starting from groups. Group. Uh, Groups are a group of people who have the same goals or interests. And in the formation process, groups will unnaturally develop by a group of people who are in project, have the same understanding and ideology to achieve their goal. So, uh, for example, like the group in making a task, or a group of scientists who are doing research. Next is community. A community is a group of people who do not have ideologies and goals to maintain the community, which more natural than a group. The community is said to be more natural because the formation of this group occurs naturally. And the community is formed based on the same culture, same language, knowledge, same religion and custom, equality in society, where equality in the community will form a community without being aware of it. Next is network. Network is a relationship that is formed between people in their environment and their groups. And network, example, like um, for example, my friend Aripadita as a vice BEM, uh, ma, wakil ketua BEM. He uh, have a lot of network with the other wakil ketua BEM in the other faculty, which is that is very important because he can adapt to the society, and then uh, the other wakil ketua or ketua will help him when he need a help. Next is the interaction. Interaction is the process of delivering information that is owned by someone to another verbally or non-verbal is non-verbal. According to Dyke 2009, the relationship between interaction and context is influenced by how the speaker shares the information that he has in different situations. Like, for example, like like the interaction between the lecturer or with the student. And the other example from like 2009 can be seen from Tony Blair. He is not only representing himself as speaking English, as giving a speech, or even as addressing the cameras, but he also aware that his speech at that time is part of asking validation, governing the country, and take part in international politics between other global actions. Next is social beliefs. Members in a group will share what they believe with fellow members, where that belief can be in the form of attitude, knowledge, and other social beliefs. Deitch 2009. In this course, social beliefs are a belief that a speaker has to be able to interact, share information with other people or society. In a group or community, a strong social institution comes from the collectivity part of group members themselves, where they will share of social beliefs and other culture. So for the conclusion, uh, con- okay, so for the conclusion, from the explanation above, we can conclude that this course analysis is a study about studying and analyzing the use of language in written, spoken, or printed communicative or passively. While in the situation content part determines the participant have difference such as gender, age, or class, individually experiences, and also different situation. When and the social representation based on general knowledge where the social and culture existence being communicated, which guarantees the context model so that there is communication and interaction. I think that's all from our group. Thank you very much.
Okay. So based on our presentation, is there any question or suggestion from our group? Okay, so if no question or suggestion, I will close the presentation. So thank you very much.